appear in a menu by TBI paper, so that should read numerically 2,645 pesos per month withdrawn by 50% of, and it's going to be UI taxable. That's taxable income under the unified income tax. Else, 0. So if the person has no taxable income, they don't get the benefit. And this is going to be added to the person's net income. So it's going to affect all of those statistical tables that deal with net incomes. And now we're going to put in a special variable here, individuals tapered basic income underscore taper. And we have to specify that this is a type integer. And that tells it it's a money variable. And I realize I forgot to specify the type of this variable. This is a money variable, which means that it has 2 decimal places. And the tapered basic income taper should be equal to the taper. So it's going to be like this formula. So I'm going to copy it down here. If the tapered basic income is greater than 0, then the taper is going to equal that TBI taper that we specified above. And if they're no longer receiving any tapered basic income because their income is too high, then the taper is 0. This actually has an important impact for those of you who are economists, because economists are often interested in a person's total marginal tax rate. That's the rate of tax they pay on their next peso of income. So that means adding together all of the rates of tax that they pay on their next peso of income, and also if they have something like this, a cash benefit which is gradually tapered away, the reduction percentage, the taper, is considered to be part of their marginal tax rate. So every time we have something like a new benefit or a new tax in definition in the citizen model, the last thing you specify at the end, before end benefit, before this thing, end benefit or end tax, the last thing that you specify must be the tax rate for that particular tax, or the taper rate for that particular benefit. And then all of these tax rates and tapers are added together for a particular person so that we can calculate the amount of marginal tax rates for our whole population. So the model will actually force you to type this definition in. Of course, if it were a simple basic income which has no taper, then you just specify 0, and it would be a 0 in all cases. Okay, so we're ready to compile our model here. So I'm going to go way up to the top, click Control and press the Translate button. And now, because my recording software is on, the translation process is very, very slow because it's capturing each time the cursor moves. But what this is doing is that it's taking the statements in the language, the policy simulation language, and it's converting it into a separate program, into object code, which is object code, a normal computer program that you can distribute, providing the data is freely distributable to any person you wish. I'm probably going to edit out this middle section of the movie, so we'll report back once the model has actually been compiled. So here I am. I've loaded my translated commands from the Model Creator program into Delphi Pascal, Delphi 7, and I'm ready to create the new version of the end user model the citizen model, which the average person is more likely to want to use because it doesn't require computer programming. So I've just clicked that green button to compile it, and here I have the About screen. I go beyond that, and here I have the main menu, and if I double-click on Select Benefit, I find that my new policy, Tapered Basic Income, is now here as the fourth option. If I want to include it in my new manifesto, I click the Include button. If I want to remove it again, I click the Abolish Policy button. If I want to change one of the parameters, double-click, and here my 2,645 pesos per month has come up on a menu item, and the taper is also here in a menu item. So here it is, ready to use to simulate your new policy. Okay, I hope that illustrated how you might create a new policy using the Model Creator program, but most users will just use this version. This doesn't require any programming at all. Okay, that's all for now.